Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my usual weekly anime manga roundup. So, what does this mean? Usually, this means I ramble for about 10 to 15 minutes and you minimize the window and basically study and do other types of stuff in the background. I don't know, like drive. With that out of the way, let's get into the news. So, for starters, the movie that I covered last week finally got its English name, A Whisker Away. Bad news, it got delayed by like a week, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that bad. Its official date is June 12th, and it'll be released globally on Netflix. So, for those of us who have a Netflix account, hooray! For everyone else who has probably just a Crunchyroll or Funimation account, oh, sorry. I guess maybe you can wait till it's officially released on either one of the platforms. Who knows? But yeah, so this movie showed up on my radar a couple weeks ago when Yorushika released their new music video. It's a great song, by the way. I believe it's called "A Ghost in the Flower." Uh, it takes their music video takes clips from the movie, so definitely got the old palette kind of wetted a bit, if you know what I'm saying. But aside from that, um, definitely excited for that. On other news, we also have, I guess, official confirmation that Overlord is ending. Now, I'm generally not an isekai type of guy, but I know a lot of you guys are. It's kind of the new genre that's in right now, the one that threw mecha and I guess a lot of fantasy. Maybe fantasies work in tandem. So just throwing mecha off of its giant throne there and taking it for its own. Yeah, so its light novel is ending at volume 17. I'm not sure about the anime at the moment. For all I know, it's still going. I think they might have a couple of seasons, maybe. The only experience with isekais that I have is Saga of Tanya the Evil, which I thought was fantastic. In the comedy sense, drama sense, the character is not really built for it. And Rising of the Shield Hero, which everyone I think has just been like swooning over at the moment. Both of them are excellent series in the Isekai universe, and actually like the best, I guess, examples of best and worst examples of like that Isekai power fantasy type of thing. Generally, I don't like Isekai because of the said power fantasy, but when you put them at like the underdog level and make them work for it, kind of like I guess kind of like Konosuba as well. But Konosuba is more of like a parody. But when you make a like drama, like actual drama oriented type of isekai, it's definitely going to grab my attention. I'm not sure if Overlord does the same thing. I haven't really read the synopsis of it yet, but for those of you who have, please let me know in the comments without spoiling anything. If it piques my fancy, I might actually watch it once I'm done with my other seasons. Aside from that, we got a bunch of live action like announcements. Season 2 apparently has been announced for the live action of Cowboy Bebop, along with this like boys love type of movie. I'm not generally into that type of stuff. Actually, I'm not into it at all. Just put it in here because it was in the news feed. But it segues perfectly into why I guess live action or anime to live action doesn't work very well, generally speaking, if it's a high energy type of series. So something like Attack on Titan, it doesn't work very well in my opinion because there's too much energy that you have to kind of dumb down. I noticed this as well in Ghost in the Shell, sorta. Uh, Ghost in the Shell does it okay, but they kind of heavily whitewash it. Um, but back to like the general thing of live action, part of it they have to dumb down the energy because when anime does action, it's usually like a lot of stuff is going on the screen, and they generally have a lot more creative freedom to do that, whereas live action is based in some sort of sense of reality, which kind of takes the charm away from it. Uh, it's generally why I don't like live action, but for those of you who like live action, I mean, I'm I am dissing it, but please don't take it personally. It's just my personal opinion. Aside from that, we have a couple new things announced here that kind of piqued my attention. First off is Hang On Climbing Girls. The anime adaptation has got announced. I believe there's a manga, but I haven't followed it. Definitely piqued my fancy, mainly because anime girls gotta find your best girl, right? It's basically a rock climbing anime within the sports genre, and a lot of sports type of anime have actually seen a bit of popularity. One of them is Baki. Baki is actually quite old, but I mean, it's definitely the new season is coming soon, and I'm excited for it. I've been following it for about a couple weeks now. Just discovered it from I guess following the news stream. It's definitely a good watch. Definitely recommend. Not gonna spoil anything, but it's kind of like if JoJo took itself a little more seriously, and they didn't have stands. It was just basically a bunch of people beating the crap out of each other. Sort of like Megalobox, but they don't need the like wimpy ass exoskeleton type thing. Yeah. So aside from that, One Piece is also being announced for Netflix, which is great. That said, I think this is showing that anime is starting to become a lot more mainstream. Sure, we have anime on Netflix now, but managing to get a larger, like the largest series on their platform, definitely is kind of showing that Western media is taking anime a lot more seriously, and it definitely shows that that here in the West, I guess, can't really like look at it as kind of like a side, like very niche thing. It's starting to become a lot more mainstream, especially with our generation that is always on the internet. The world is pretty international to us, so anime is a lot bigger than what it used to be, especially for us like early Zoomers who grew up in, I guess, households that didn't exactly adapt to technology at first. We all remember watching Toonami at night when we weren't supposed to, or basically, yeah, basically just watching anime on Toonami was the only way that we can get our anime fix, unless you went to like Japantown or like a DVD store and went to like the Japanese section, which is admittedly tiny. Unless it's hentai, then it's huge. But yeah, so it's good to see that One Piece is going to Netflix. It definitely does show that anime is maturing, is in its maturing phase in terms of pop culture type stuff. So yeah. Aside from that, the rest of the news here is kind of just bad news. So if you don't want to hear it, you can, I guess, X out from here. Thank you for watching. From here, a lot of anime series have been delayed due to the entire pandemic thing going. I can't list the entire thing off right here, right off the bat. All I can see, like right here, is at least prominently, like Promise Neverland, a couple other like series that I guess I'll list like right in this area right here. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it sucks, but we have plenty of other series for us to watch. But yeah, I guess it sucks. Oh dear God. So for those, just to, okay, at the time of this recording, as I'm looking at my news, apparently One Punch Man is also getting a live action. Now, as I said before, I really don't think live action works very well with high energy type of anime. One of them being One Punch Man. Now, I don't doubt that they can get the general dialogue down, but the action scenes, they're going to have to do very well in the CG in order for it to I guess, appease anime or hardcore anime viewers such as myself. So we'll see what goes on from there. I'm not holding it in any high hopes. Like I said, most most live action or from anime doesn't bode very well. Aside from that, little blurb there. Back to the bad news. I'm gonna make it quick, but the Kyo Ani Studio that was attacked during or part of that arson attack, it's finally been demolished. Right now it's just a dirt lot, especially from the photos that we see. I hope they turn it into a memorial park, because 36 people lost their lives in that terrible, terrible incident, and I really hope the guy himself burns, or at least in Japan's court justice system hangs. So, aside from that, COVID-19 strikes again. Voice actor Shuwada and Kumiko Okai. I'm sorry if I'm butchering those names, but they've sadly passed, and my condolences to the families of both of the voice actors. We definitely lost a lot of good talent. With that all out of the way, that's pretty much the end of this video. I do have a couple more videos in store. The MP7 video is coming soon, I promise. And I am also going to be doing a survival guide on your first Anime Expo. So for those of you who want to go to Anime Expo, and it was going to be your first time this year, and it got canceled, sorry to hear that, maybe this guide will help you in, I guess, finding better tips, tricks, other general things that people who've experienced it can tell you. I have been to Anime Expo quite a bit of times, just from my worryingly large list of like passes here. I have gone at least 4 or 5 times, and then once to Fanime. So yeah, if you guys have any questions on what you want to see, or if you have any questions regarding Anime Expo, certain things that you should plan for or bring along, please let me know. I would love to help you guys out with that type of stuff. And with that out of the way, we are pretty much done here. Thank you for watching this far in. If you guys like what you see, just all I ask is you like, comment, share. I wouldn't say subscribe yet because I'm scared of my 100 subscriber milestone, which is basically me dressing up as a maid reviewing an airsoft gun. So that's pretty much it. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.